rejoice.
Good morning, and welcome to Redeemers Radio. This broadcast is made possible by the BBB, Bible-Based Books, recommended reading of Redeemers Radio. Today's episode is brought to you by Fox's Book of Martyrs by John Fox, available at libraries and bookstores nationwide. Read and be blessed. Now, let's turn our attention to today's episode as our narrator begins.
Today we will eavesdrop on Sly and Monkey Wrench. But first, we should peek in on the conference room where Sly's advisors, all expert in some facet of Satan's evil plan, are biding their time until orders arrive from Sly. Della speaks.
Well, this is a fine predicament. We wait while the boss is hanging out with that impertinent drip. Monkey Wrench is a good name for him. Talk to me, fiend.
All I can say is that Satan's program is suffering when so much remarkable talent must sit and twiddle our thumbs.
Slack chimes in with the thought that each of them had already considered.
We can grab all we want, but we must not do anything on our own. If we do anything that Sly did not sanction, and it should go bad, we will have to take the blame ourselves. We can't blame it on Sly. So I say let's just sit tight, gripe or sleep, don't do anything.
There is nothing here to eavesdrop on. We don't want to listen to them snore. Let's check up on Sly and Monkey Wrench. The impertinent little drip, as Della called him, is lecturing Sly on Gilbert, his project. From here, it appears that Gilbert is about 18 years old, from a working-class family, and is approaching graduation from high school. Let's listen in as Monkey Wrench explains.
Well, there's my project. Now, I've been working on him since he was a little guy. But before I tell you what we have already done, you tell me what you would do first if he was your charge.
Sly doesn't need to think much about that question. He is quick with his answer.
First, I would decide what I want him to do, and then decide how to get him to do that. With that done, I would set about getting him into trouble.
It would be better to let him tell you what he wants to do. Don't you remember about that Lassie guy I told you about? Gilbert is a human. He has a human heart. The old prophet said that heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
If that is so, why do we have to do anything? He will be evil on his own.
See, he wants to do some bad things, but his conscience gets in the way. So let him decide what kind of trouble he wants to make. We are just going to encourage him to do it.
You mean that you don't care what wrong thing he does, just so it's wrong?
It can get more complicated than what I just said, but the first thing is to get him to do something wrong.
You mentioned conscience. This is a big problem to overcome when we want somebody to wrong.
If you can get him to do anything that he knows that he shouldn't do, you have started to dull his conscience. The more wrong he does, the more he gets used to doing wrong. After a while, his conscience goes numb. It offers less and less resistance to evil.
Do you find that some humans have stronger consciences than others? Have you found a reason for this?
Hold it a minute. He's thinking about something that requires my attention. We'll talk some more later.
I wonder what Gilbert is thinking about. Anyway, it got Monkey Wrench's attention. We will find out next week here on Redeemers Radio, 7 on your dial. Meanwhile, be safe, be wise, and be here next week.